check it out. We're using fantasy matches, alright? Because I know you're a boxing guy, and I know that you like to know about who could probably win in the world of boxing. If Bivol versus Roy Jones, that happens.
Oh, wow. Wow, listen, Roy Jones is a legend. I know Bivol's our guy, but I say a draw. No, Roy Jones is like one of the top all-time fighters, one of my favourite fighters.
How's that? Throwing something, you gotta pick something.
Well, I'm going to pick my guy every time, Callum Smith.
Alright, why?
No, Calzaghe was it's a great fight actually, thinking about it. You have to be technically good enough to compete with Calzaghe because he was speed, timing, footwork, everything. Callum can actually do that, and he's a huge super middleweight and he can punch. So again, it's very difficult these questions because I don't want to be disrespectful to Joe Calzaghe because he's a legend. But I have to pick my guy, obviously, Callum Smith.
Hearn versus Prince Nassim.
Oh my God, what another great fight. Well, I love Naz, but I should keep picking my guy.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's what the breakdown.
Okay, the breakdown is that is a. It might not actually be the best fight of all time because they're both counter punchers. And they're both waiting for you to make a mistake before they punish you.
Usyk versus Holyfield. Pretty common question.
That's like one of the great matchups of all time. I actually think Usyk at cruiserweight is virtually unbeaten. But again, Holyfield, a legend. But again, I pick my guy, Usyk, to beat.
Alright, so I'll pick one that's not your guy, make it a little more fun.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, James Toney versus Triple G.
Prime James Toney.
Prime James Toney.
I'll probably go James
Prime
Toney.
in shape James Toney.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah.
Nigel Benn, Danny Jacobs. I know you're going to pick your guy, but...
Wow. I actually think Danny Jacobs is a bad start for Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn, you know, against an aggressive fighter, is very difficult to beat. I mean, you saw that against Gerald McClellan in an unbelievable fight. I actually think Danny Jacobs is very, very smart. And when you saw Nigel Benn fight Michael Watson, who was another very, very smart middleweight back in the day, until Ben was doing well in the fight and then he got stopped, just sort of soaked it up and then stopped him. And Danny Jacobs has similar fundamentals and skill set to Michael Watson, so I have to go Danny Jacobs.
Demetrius Andrade and let's see, Eubanks.
That's probably not a very good fight either, because Demetrius is at his best when he's fighting an aggressive fight, and Eubank liked to strut around. And Eubank had an amazing chin. It's definitely a points fight. I think Andrade edges him out, in the close points fight.
Obviously, you get this one all the time. Just break it down. Anthony Joshua, Lennox Lewis, idols become rivals.
Yeah. AJ by knockout. I mean, obviously, but Lennox was technically an excellent heavyweight. Fast hands, good feet, great power, decent speed. In fact, he does remind me quite a bit of AJ in fundamentals. Something's different in the mindset, in my opinion, of the two fighters, which is AJ is more fearless than Lennox Lewis as a fighter. So I go for AJ by knockout over Lennox Lewis.
I would say AJ's a better athlete too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but yeah. You're gonna get me in trouble with it.
No, okay, let's all right. Deontay Wilder, Brezeale. All right, let's just move away from your guy.
Brezeale.
Yeah,
It's a bad matchup for Deontay Wilder.
Why is that?
Because Brezeale has a great chin and he's very awkward. And he had a great jab and straight shots, in my opinion, against Deontay Wilder. I think Brezeale should go by knockout. Vladimir is a much closer fight because Vladimir, whilst he had a good chin, I don't think he had as good a chin as Brezeale. But both guys have dynamite in their fists, both Klitschko, so from an experience perspective, I don't know. That's a very tough one, but I do back Brezeale to beat Deontay.
Rockman versus Wilder.
I mean, anything could happen in that fight. Anything could happen.
So, the winner of that by stoppage, what would you say?
I'll give Deontay the credit of it.
Okay.
Some of your other fighters, I know you probably get sick and tired of talking about Joshua Wilder all the time. Kell Brook versus Sergio Garcia, is that something that's possibly in the works?
Not really. I mean, Kell's sort of got one arm one eye on looking at, Amir Khan against Crawford, seeing what happens in that fight. He's still sort of split between the 154 and 147. Jesse Vargas is an option for him later on in the year as well. But I don't think Sergio Garcia is really a fighter to tell.
Speaking of Jesse Vargas, when is he returning? I forgot the exact date.
He's fighting April 26th against Humberto Soto.
Oh, that's
beat Brandon Rios.
Oh, okay. So a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Takashi Inoue, the guy that
No, that's not it. No, it's going to be Humberto Soto. And that'll be part of the Roman Deheny and Rungsavai Estrada card in LA.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to catch up with Luke Campbell before he left. He's WBC mandatory. Is it being explored for him to possibly fight for a WBC interim? Or is he going to wait?
We want to wait, really. We don't want to wait for the interim. I mean, Mikey Garcia's got to decide after this weekend what he wants to do with that lightweight belt. So, you know, we keep saying to Mauricio, really, you should free that up. If Mikey Garcia's not going to fight for it, Luke Campbell deserves the opportunity. So, we'll see if that happens and we'll see who against.
But do you think the WBC will realistically strip, Mikey Garcia, where they make him, a meritorious champion? Or...
Yeah, they can make him a meritorious champion, I don't mind. But the real title, the real belt, which is the World Championship, has to be available to Luke Campbell.
Okay. Usyk, I know you probably talked about it already, but he's returning to Chicago, that's already set.
Yeah.
Is the opponent still being...
Povetkin or Takan.
Okay, so Povetkin is slow rolling, or is he making it difficult?
Obviously it's Ukraine against Russia, but beyond that, he needs to decide whether he wants to warm-up fight first, coming off the Joshua loss, and then fight Usyk, or the other way around.
Have you narrowed down the opponents for Dillian Whyte?
Not yet, we're working on it. We're waiting to see from the WBC their decision in terms of what they're going to do for Dillian Whyte, because they made him a final eliminator matchup to become mandatory, and now that's just evaporated, and in our opinion that can't happen. So if Brezeale is going to go and fight Wilder, a lot of the decisions that Dillian Whyte made, like turning down the Joshua fight, was because he had the WBC mandatory shot. Now they're taking it away from him, so I don't believe that's right, and we're pushing with the WBC for a decision to that sort of amend that situation.
Has the Wilder to the zone possibility changed the landscape as far as with Brezeale and Whyte?
Yeah, I mean, Brezeale's probably going to fight Wilder, I would think. But, you know, we'd love, obviously, Wilder to come on the zone. I think it would make the fight with Joshua very easy to make. And I think everyone's just waiting to see what happens with that situation.
Have you got a chance to check out any footage of Delphine Pursuit? She fought Melissa Setville.
Yeah, good stoppage win. I thought that was a tough fight, actually. She stopped her in the 7th round. Did you see the fight?
Yeah, on a nasty stream.
I haven't seen it. What was she impressive?
They saying that, you know, she gets some, because it's in Belgium. Yeah. They saying she gets some help.
Yeah, but she won by stoppage, didn't she?
Yeah.
It was a good stoppage win. She is the #1 in the division at lightweight, on paper. But I believe that Katie Taylor is the #1 in the division. But we'll see on Saturday if she can win and she can get the 3 belts. She just needs Piersu's belt to be undisputed. You should watch Terry Varman.
Yeah, definitely.